Greetings, everyone. My name is Carrie Gray, and I am the Adult and Senior Services Specialist for Prince George's County Memorial Library System. And welcome to the Golden 30. This show is aimed at engaging older adults. The hope is to have this show available by phone and online. So please do your part and share, which leads us to our first guest, Shaunda Bellamy. She will be presenting on social distancing does not mean isolation, which is very critical during this time. Shaunda Bellamy is president of Pickett Senior Services Incorporated. She has spent many years volunteering to help older adults through her passion for the senior community, and it led her to establish Picket Fences Senior Services. Picket Fences is a 501c3 nonprofit organization which was founded in 2012. Its mission is to strengthen senior services currently provided through education, advocacy, and providing resources that will enhance the quality of life for our senior citizens. Picket Fence's main priority is to meet the needs of the growing elder population. Services include caregiver support groups, financial assistance, education, case management, and a host of other services. Her most recent appointment to Prince George's County Advisory Committee on Aging as the Commissioner, Community Liaison for the Dementia Friendly America Initiative, Prince George's County, Maryland. Shaunda is also a certified dementia care practitioner. She serves as the board treasurer for the Prince George's Senior Provider Network, and she also serves as president of the Hope Ministry, a missions ministry at the First Baptist Church of Glen Arden in Upper Marlboro, Maryland. Wow, welcome, Shaunda Bellamy. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Start telling us your tips on social distancing does not mean isolation.
Thank you so much for having me today, Carrie. And so this topic is very important during these unprecedented times. Since we are experiencing a global pandemic, we know that scientists have encouraged us to practice social distancing to prevent the spread of COVID-19. And for some, this concept of social distancing creates social isolation. And so I think it's important to understand the difference. So we need to understand that social distancing does not mean social isolation. While it's important to reduce close contact with others, it's still possible to support our loved ones from a distance. So first, let's define social distancing. Social distancing refers to a set of measures that must be taken to reduce contact between people to prevent the spread of some illness or disease. The CDC defines social isolation as a lack of social connections. And so social isolation can lead to loneliness in some people, while others may even feel lonely when they're in a crowded room or a crowded house. And so how those individuals may feel lonely, they may not be included in conversations or activities with those in the home. And so it's important to understand that social distancing does not mean social isolation. So prior to the pandemic, we know that seniors face this issue of social isolation. This issue of social isolation has become compounded for seniors during the time of social distancing. And so seniors experience social isolation due to several factors, living alone, the death of a spouse, the death of family members, friends, retirement, and even poor health. So when a person is dealing with stress, depression, or anxiety, they may become less social. But this also can create like a cycle of feeling more isolated. And so studies have shown that social isolation significantly increases premature death in individuals, more than smoking, obesity, and lack of physical activity. So social isolation has also been associated with about a 50% increased risk of dementia. So by nature, most of us are social creatures. And so we need that connection with our family, our friends. Um, Even having that connection, we're actually helping to maintain our sense of well-being, as stated by the CDC. So we understand that social connections is very important. So we've talked about social distancing. We've talked about what social isolation means. Now, what can we do during this time to prevent social isolation? That's the key. So during this time of social distancing, the Mayo Clinic had made several suggestions during the summer on how individuals, some low-risk activities to stay socially connected. And so some of those activities included walking, riding your bike, fishing, and all with family members or friends, but while remaining, several feet apart. And so these specific activities may be difficult during the winter months in colder climate areas. However, there are still several ways to stay socially connected during this time. And so one of the ways would be to learn some new technology and learn about some new devices. And so, during this time, some people may be zoomed out. I'm almost zoomed out, but Zoom is a definite way to stay connected to your family members and friends. Google Duo is also a very simple, easy new technology, or it's not new technology, but technology to use to stay connected. Skype, and depending on your type of phone, if you have an iPhone, FaceTime, and also learning new devices like the Echo Show. And the Echo Show has a screen, and also the GrandPad, which is an AARP device. And so a family member with the Echo Show, we may have some older adults who, may be afraid of technology, and, they may not want to learn something new. But I would say the Echo Show is something pretty, easy to set up for an older adult. So if you are a caregiver, a long distance caregiver of a parent who's in a different state, and you want to stay connected to them by video, but they're not willing to get on Skype, they're not willing to get on Zoom, you could actually purchase the Echo Show device for them. With this Echo Show device, it has a screen so that you're actually able to video call your loved one. You don't have to do anything as long as the numbers are programmed, the contacts from their cell phone are programmed into the Echo Show. And so I could simply say, call Carrion. And once I say call Carrion, it's making that video call for me, or call Bob, and it's making that video call for me. The key is when you buy this device for your loved one, if they are not tech savvy, just go ahead and set it up for them, connect it to their Wi-Fi, and also download their contacts. That's something easy to use. Also, you can use these devices to play games with your family as well, to stay connected. I know with my family, we've played, family and friends, we've played Family Feud via Zoom. We've also had a karaoke night via Zoom. And so, there's several YouTube videos that you can pull up and, play that, just the instrumental music that goes with that karaoke, whatever the songs are that you choose. The key to that is going ahead and selecting a playlist and providing that playlist to others, so that, and already saving those YouTube videos so that, it's easier to pull up those videos at the time, the karaoke videos. And so we also provide, with my family, we have groups set up on Facebook. So Facebook is another way to actually stay connected with your family. And Facebook also has the ability to create rooms. And so this feature will allow you to add the individuals that you would like to have in a group in a room, and you're able to do a video call with them. And so with the groups that we set up for Facebook, you know, it may just be some information that we want to share with the family about what's going on with one another during this time, since we're not able to stay connected as often. And also there are several caregiver groups that are on Facebook and other type of support groups on Facebook that individuals can join. So even if it's not a family group that you're interested in joining, if you're, you know, if you just want to join a group, there's various groups on Facebook that you're able to join. And so for those seniors who are not tech savvy and do not want to hop on social media or Zoom or Skype or even do the Echo Show videos, I say that the ways that you can stay connected during this time, especially for our religious seniors, is to participate in virtual meetings at your church if they're having virtual services during this time. I know at my church we have senior groups, but we also have virtual worship services during this time. And so even participating in those virtual worship services, and if you're not connected to the internet, there's also the ability to dial in to listen to that worship service and participate in that way. And also joining a senior ministry in your church. And with joining a senior ministry, it may be some activities that they can send to your home that you all can do on your own and kind of discuss on the phone once you're complete with those different activities. There are also several activities that are available in the county. As Carrie mentioned in the beginning, the public library system, the Prince George's Public Memorial Library System.
Prince George's County Memorial Library System. I know our long name, but we have all those wonderful resources.
Yes, and so you're able to dial in to listen to different lectures and activities via the telephone. Also contact Prince George's County Parks and Recreation. During this time, they're also providing some telephone activities as well. And there's a program that Carrie actually introduced me to earlier in the summer, and I will mess up the name, so I'll ask Carrie if you could share that.
Okay, so it is Well Connected Covia, and Well Connected Covia, you can go to covia.org, and it's spelled COVIA.org. And Well Connected offers lots of things to keep seniors engaged. They have phone programs where you can simply low tech, you can just call in. They offer it kind of similar to a college schedule where it is available like summer semester, winter semester, and things like that, where they have tons of different courses for you. And also if you just need someone to talk to. Also will give out their number now. It is 1-877-797-7299. That is, once again, 1-877-797-7299. So once again, if you don't have internet, and you can call in and get some more information on that.
Thank you so much, Carrie. And so the next, I guess, tip or way to stay connected would be to participate in the Prince George's County Department of Family Services Telephone Reassurance Program. And so with this program, it's basically for individuals who feel isolated or just want to have some connection. And so you'll receive a weekly call from a volunteer with a friendly voice, and they'll just check on your well-being during that time. All of the volunteers who work in this program are actually vetted, and they also go through a background check as well. And so if there's an issue that comes up for the senior, like if you need connection to a resource, if you may be in need of food, any of those type of things, the volunteer will let Department of Family Services know, and they will take care of whatever that issue is that senior is facing. And so in order to register for the telephone reassurance program, you would simply call 301-265-8450. And again, this is a way to stay connected during this time, especially if your loved ones are not in Prince George's County here with you, and they're in another state and you don't have anyone that's actually doing that check with you. And if you are friends, or you have a friend in your community that that lives alone, you can also refer them to this program. Again, the number's 301-265-8450. And something simple to do as well is to, if you know someone who lives alone, to simply send them a letter. I think that the art of writing, just sending a simple letter to the person just to check on them. I know that I love to get a handwritten note or a letter in the mail. And so just to simply show them that you care during this time, even sending a care package to that loved one and letting them know that you're there for them, and they could give you a call if needed. In those care packages, you could include things such as the things we need during this time to remain safe: hand sanitizer, Lysol, mask, those type of things during this time. Also, virtual book clubs are good. With the virtual book club, this doesn't have to be done online through any of those type of platforms that I mentioned earlier. You could do the book club over the phone. And so, or I say book club or movie club. And so you could choose the movie that you'll watch and, discuss it, decide on a time that you'll discuss it with the group. Same with the book. You choose the book, choose the chapters, agree on the chapters that you'll read during a certain period of time, and then connect on the phone to just discuss it. And this is still a way to stay connected even while apart. And so a virtual exercise group is also a great way to stay connected. So during the pandemic, I joined a virtual bike group. And so we actually are riding indoor bikes. So it's an indoor exercise bike. And we dial into this conference number. And so when we dial into the conference number, we're logging on to whatever place that we've decided we're going to go to for that day. So we've been to Italy, we've been to Australia, we've been to the Netherlands during this time. And so how did I do that during the pandemic? We actually pull up a YouTube video of those places. We decide whatever the place is, a link is sent to us via text message or phone call to let us know, okay, this is what we're watching today. So as we ride on our bike, whether it's a 30-minute ride or a 45-minute ride, we're watching as a person is either on their bike driving through that area or even in a car driving through that area. And we're discussing everything that we're seeing as we're driving. We have had a couple of folks that have joined on that are not watching the video, but they're listening to us and what we're watching as we're riding. And so this has been something that has brought me great joy during this time. And I only knew one person personally on that bike ride when I first joined. And at this point, I've invited friends to join with me as well. And so they already had this group, and it's a way to still, stay in, I guess, physical activity during this time. So staying in shape or, just having that exercise daily, but also staying connected. And now I've made connections. We have people in Philadelphia, New York, Georgia, Maryland, and I've, made new connections during this time. And so the final, I guess, thing that I would like to share with you is just the same way I said that we dial in on a conference line, is to have your family set up maybe a one dial conference number. Maybe you have older adults in your family that, they feel intimidated by dialing a conference number and then also adding in like a PIN number as well. But if you set up a one dial conference number, freeconferencecall.com has that one dial number, and you actually have to pay like a small fee to set up a one dial number. However, having that one dial number would make it easier for older adults to just dial a number directly, and then you set up the call maybe bi-weekly, monthly, just to connect with your family members and friends, especially seniors, just to check in with each other, during this time. And I would say that even with everything that I've named, there are so many other ways to stay connected during this time. And so I think the most important thing is to remember during this time, we must be creative in order to remain socially connected while we're remaining remaining safe while we're social distancing. So just remember during this time that we must be creative as we think of ways to remain socially connected.
Thank you so much. Wow, you gave a plethora and things that I didn't even think of as form of engagement. So I really thank you for that, Mrs. Bellamy. Like that was awesome. I was just also thinking to myself and how I stay connected with my friends. It's a fairly easy app. It's called House Party. You
Oh,
can
yes.
also play games on it for those a little more technologically savvy. But if you think about it, we have tons of different ways to like, or time, I should say. We have a lot of time to kind of learn technology. And I know a lot of people, maybe technophobes, as I like to call them. I remember working in the branches and people get so scared of technology. Like they would be at the computer and they're filling out an application or they're filling out insurance information. But a lot of times now we have to do online. It would be like, it says name. What do I put? And I was like, put your name. We can't we have to rely and think, shift our mental mindset on using technology different. So I thank you for bringing up tons of different resources that we have. Also, thinking about the library and the different resources that we have. We have where you can go online and you can use Belinda and learn a different skill. And like you were saying, I love what you were saying about the book clubs or doing a little bit and checking in with different people on it. So that makes sense. So go ahead and, if anything, tell us what you have going on with Pickett Fences. What should we look out for? And what's the best way for people to get in touch with you to hear a bit more about Pickett Fences services?
Sure. So one thing that I would like to talk about is our technology program. And so we actually utilize students from Bishop McNamara, and they will teach you a new skill. And so although I said, if you don't know how to do this, or if you're shy in using the new technology or using the existing technology, those students will walk through that with you. And so if you are interested in actually learning how to use Zoom or any other thing that I've mentioned, just give us a call at 301-358-2066. And right now we are also hosting various caregiver conversations, and it's actually housed on our Mid-County YouTube station. Mid-County YouTube station, North County YouTube station as well, has various activities during this time, and that's through our Dementia Friendly America project. And so those are some things that you can also tune into during this time. And so I thank you again, Carrie Ann, for having me today. And I just want to say again, just be creative in how you remain socially connected during this time.
Back at you. Thank you for taking your time to educate our customers and the residents, all the residents of Prince George's County, because we know people are going to share this information. I also wanted to just reiterate some of the resources that the library has. We actually have opened a call center right now during this time because we know the branches are closed during phase 1. We do have curbside service available. And we also have a service that I facilitate called the Books by Mail program. The Books by Mail program is for any person who can no longer access the library due to a physical disability or vision impairment. It does require a special library application, which can be found online. You can just search Books by Mail, and you will have to get it certified through a healthcare provider, clergy, or social worker. And also the number to the call center and the hours, the number is 240-455-5451. That is, once again, 240-455-5451. Now, the hours of the call center, this is important, is Tuesday through Friday, 1 to 6 p.m. And that's once again Tuesday through Friday, 1 to 6 p.m. and Saturday, 1 to 5 p.m. All right, Saturday, 1 to 5 p.m. So just reiterate everything we said today. Stay safe, stay socially distant, but stay connected. Thank everyone for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.